Today on the net, protest demanding the release of imprisoned opposition activists in Bahrain. Iranians campaigning against a mandatory hijab. And Twitter celebrates New York Fashion Week. Protests continue in Bahrain, demanding the release of activists imprisoned for their involvement in last year's popular uprising. The small Gulf Kingdom's Shiite majority has been fighting an ongoing battle against the Sunni ruling family, and the opposition movement stepped up a notch last week when an appeals court upheld heavy prison sentences for 13 opposition activists. One of them is the Bahrain Center for Human Rights founder Abdul Hadi al-Khawaja, who went on hunger strike for 110 days in protest of his life prison sentence. The appeal court's decision to uphold these sentences appears to have strengthened resolve among opposition activists. As we can see in these pieces of amateur footage currently circulating online, protesters tried to stage a rally in the capital Manama on Friday, demanding the prisoners be freed and calling for political reforms. Riot police used tear gas to disperse the crowds. Security forces had indeed been deployed en masse to the city, notably to stop protesters reaching Pearl Square, an iconic focal point of last year's popular uprising. Bahrain's Interior Ministry had posted a message to Twitter the previous day reminding people that public gatherings of this nature had been banned, and is threatening to take the main opposition group Al Wefaq to court for encouraging supporters to join the protest. This Facebook page, Unveil Women's Right to Unveil, was launched back in July 2010 and now has over 26,000 members. It serves as a platform for Iranians to openly voice their opposition to the law that requires the nation's women to wear the Islamic veil. The online movement has been steadily growing, with the main aim being to put an end to the authorities' relentless bullying of women. Dozens of shots featuring men and women have been posted to the campaign's Facebook page. Generally speaking, they come with comments calling for greater individual freedoms for Iranian women, condemning the unfair discrimination against them. There are even some veiled women taking part in the campaign. Here, for example, Nafise says even though she chooses to wear the hijab, her fellow Iranian women should not be forced to do the same. The student groups that initiated the movement agree and say it's now more important than ever to show solidarity with Iranian women, who are regularly targeted by the country's morality police, that have in fact recently stepped up their crackdown, carrying out brutal arrests in the streets on the pretext veils are not being worn correctly. Some of these arrests have been filmed and often give rise to heated altercations. The creator of Tumblr blog Made by ABVH has set out to bring to life works by well-known British graffiti artist and painter Banksy. These animated GIF versions are extremely effective, bringing Banksy's street art to life in a totally different way. New York Fashion Week opened last Thursday and has been getting a great deal of coverage on Twitter. The social network has published a detailed guide about who to be watching during the event: the leading designers, the models, and also the fashion critics. And all those taking part in Fashion Week are encouraged to share their photos, videos, and anecdotes under the Twitter hashtag NYFW to give web users a glimpse of what goes on behind the scenes. Photographer John Eklund comes from Portland in the US state of Oregon and has created this stunning time-lapse video showcasing the beautiful landscapes around this part of the country. The artist spent 12 months traveling all over the northwest of the US and took 260,000 shots with pretty impressive results.